everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adriana. If you guys are new here, please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you guys will see every time I post a new video. Let's get into this video. So we got a couple major updates, and the reason why we're posting today is because I need to practice my makeup for pictures. Picture day was Tuesday, but I wasn't there Tuesday because I had food poisoning. Yay! So I'm going back Thursday, which is tomorrow, and I'm assuming that picture retakes are sometime this week. They didn't take on Wednesday because I wasn't there. So I'm gonna practice what my makeup is gonna look like tomorrow. And hopefully it looks like that tomorrow, and my hair's also be down, so don't worry about that. But let's do my makeup. Also, I have a pimple on my face. It's popped. It is literally so flat, but it is a little red and inflamed, so hopefully it'll go away tomorrow. Let's get in this video. Hope this makeup looks good, and hopefully this works out for tomorrow, and hopefully this video stays. So the reason why I haven't posted, one of my biggest reasons, is because my phone has not been saving any of my things, any of my videos, because I guess I don't have enough storage. And then when I went to go and buy storage for it, I gave me her card. I basically forgot to hit pay, and so I didn't get that done. So I definitely do have to do that whenever she is awake, because she is sleeping right now. So, but then again though, it's also 9 o'clock at night, so what can you expect? Anyways though, I figured I would talk about a horse real quick for a certain person. Unfortunately, I do not know your name. I'm very sorry about that, but I do see that you do comment. Let me get this on. Also, the reason why I'm not stopping while I'm doing this is because I want you guys to see how easy it is to put this on. Also, while I'm doing this, I figured I would mention, this is like really out of the random, but if you guys watch Not Enough Nelsons, you see that they made a post, well, made a video, and in that video, they made a stand talking about how they're doing a party on November. And like, if you're a content creator, DM them on Instagram. Well, I took my shot, you guys. I took my shot. I basically tried to get a hold of them through Instagram. Obviously, I did not live in Utah, but she did not say you had to live in Utah. So, also it doesn't necessarily take this long, but I like to go over it about 50 different times. Anyways, though, she did not specify where you had to be. Also though, I am technically not, I'm a content creator, okay? I do create content, obviously, but I don't know what I kind of need to have that, like, I don't know, be considered. I don't know if I'm supposed to be making money, and that's how I can get into that event or whatever, but I promise y'all I'm not making any money. According to YouTube, you cannot make money until you get like a 500 to 1,000. It honestly depends on like everything, but I'm just gonna say 1,000 for now because that's what I've been told, but it does switch up every once in a while. I don't know, TikTok is very weird like that. Anyways though, so I did actually end up I didn't DM them, I found them on Facebook, and it's her actual account, I'm assuming. I don't know, it looked legit, and basically had like their whole channel, and I went to their channel, so like it seems pretty legit to me. Hopefully it is, but I didn't like put all my info on it. But I did like mention that I do content. I probably should have put in my like page name, but I didn't. I low-key forgot. But I did put a comment, and I put like, listen, like, I'm a small content creator. I told them that I had 205 subscribers, which at the time I did. I think I have like 207 now, which, y'all, that was like 5 minutes later I literally had those. Like, thank you guys so much for subscribing. Like, I literally love you guys. Like, thank you. Anyways though, I try to keep my videos very real and very personal and very just like honest, so that's why I talk about real life things kind of happening in my life and just everything in general. So anywho, basically, yeah, I commented, I said that I only had 205 subscribers, and I also am a small creator. And I did happen to mention, and I'm not literally trying to say like, oh well, I want them to, you know, to fly me out to Utah, pay for my outfits, and then do this and this. No, but I did literally, I put in it. I was like, I live in Florida. I was like, but on top of that, I was like, I live in Florida. and like I don't have nearly as much money as you guys do, or in that case any other influencer or small creator in general that would be there. I made that so clear. And once again, I'm not asking for any money from them or any money in general from anybody to sit there and go like, yeah, like take me out to Utah basically, because that's where they live, or if they're doing it in Hawaii, which you definitely ain't gonna catch me there because I cannot afford that. But I made it very clear, like I personally, like I could get my outfit, and I could get, like, if I could get my nails done, and if needed, because like once again it is an influencer event, it is like a content creation event, I could probably get my hair done, okay? And like I spend money on stuff, obviously you guys know about my habit calendar, but like that was like a one in a life thing. It's not like I could sit here and get 11 of those like they would for all their kids. I personally do really love Not Enough Nelsons, but unfortunately I do not have the money that they have. So the stuff that they do, and maybe, I don't know, I obviously have never met them, which I would love to meet y'all by the way, but like with the money that they could be able to spend on, I personally cannot. So I would not be able to fly out to Utah. Honestly, I prefer to drive because I hate flying. Like I've never flown before. Like I have such a fear that like we're gonna crash, and I don't know, I just don't want to that way. So yeah, I have such a fear of that though. My mom would love to take me on a plane, but no girl, I'm good. I'll stay on the floor, on the ground, in the car, driving. But anyways though, so I put that, I was like, listen, I have nowhere near the money that I probably would need to be able to go, and I also put, I don't know how I would get there, but I would love to be able to be a part of it if even that was an option. But yeah, okay, let's start this makeup look because we're already at 7 minutes and I don't know how long my phone's gonna keep me alive on my video, so we'll see. Anyways though, so with horses, okay, I actually don't have a favorite. I don't have any horse in particular that I absolutely love or that I don't love. I honestly just like any and every horse, to be honest. I mean, it's true, I am definitely a very big horse fan. I love horses, and I've loved horses ever since I was little, actually. Ever since I was little. Like, I don't even remember a time when I didn't like horses, and I asked my mom, because I was gonna post a video about horses, like, or add it into a video like I am now. I asked her, I was like, Mom, like, when I start liking horses, I want to be able to be accurate on my video, obviously, and not, like, make a lie. And she was like, Adriana, she's like, I don't even know. She's like, ever since you were little, you had an infatuation with horses for some reason. She's like, I don't know why, because, okay, so basically when I was little, I found out that you could ride horses at Disney, at, like, the Wilderness Lodge. And let's just say your girl was happy. Like, I was so excited over that. That's all I wanted to do. But you had to turn 9 to be able to ride the big ones, which is what I wanted to do. I was kind of tired of the little ones. I was riding on these, like, big, massive ones that, like, could probably crush me within one stomp. But I really, really wanted to go on those. And I was like, wait till 9 was that. When I literally turned 9, that's when COVID happened. And then the horses weren't there no more. So, yerp. Obviously, that was very upsetting to me. But I always loved horses, so like I've always loved them. There's actually no horse in particular that I don't like. I love all the colors. I love any color horse. I'm infatuated with them. Big, small, medium, large, and any color. I like, honestly, like I said, I like any color, and I find the ones that like have like different spots and stuff, I find those so cool though, because like they're so unique. They're their own little creature, and they come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. And I don't know, I just absolutely love horses for some strange, weird reason. But yeah, so yeah, that's my answer to that. Sorry, it's not probably a great answer, but that's just my answer. Alright, so moving on, I do have a couple updates, and they're actually really, really exciting. First update is, I'm always gonna be turning 14 soon. Alright, so it's officially the month of October. Like, I feel like it took forever for October to come, but I also feel like it came so, so quick. And I'm going to be turning 14 in the 31st. So in literally 5 weeks, I'm going to be 14. I almost said 15. Girl, no. Anyways, though, I'll be turning 14, which I am so pumped about, and I'm even pumpeder, that's not even a word, whatever, is I'm going to Disney for my birthday. I know. It's a problem, y'all. We literally just went at the end of August, right before school started, and we're going again for my birthday. And if I raise my grades, which I'm not gonna lie, my grades are not the greatest, and it's actually because for the first like month, they had me in all higher classes, and not even like the high classes, but like in classes that I was never taught these things when I was in like elementary. So they put me in something because it's like it's a school, and they teach their own curriculum their own way, and I was never taught that way. So going into that, and then they put me in the highest of that, I was like, how do you do that? Kind of, I knew how to do it all, but it was just how they taught it. I did not understand because I haven't been there. So I got switched out of classes, and now my grades are going up, thank the Lord. But if they go up to all A's or even just like a couple B's and A's, because I will not lie, I only have like 1 A and lower than all that. But it's only because I just got switched around to 4 different classes all the different times, but my grades are all rising up. I have high C's, literally I have 1 point away to become a B, like, and then A's, and I do have an F and a D. I know it's not good, but I promise you, when I literally tell you it's going up. But we don't take any tests really at the school. We take like 2 tests maybe in like 2 weeks. Sometimes we don't take 1 test in like the whole month, so we don't even take that many tests. So it's like it's very hard for you to raise your grade at the school because you never are doing anything. Like, well, you're never doing anything test or quiz wise. So it's like, Mom was like, oh, raise your grade. I'm like, okay, I will whenever I get my next test. She's like, oh, well, no, now. And I'm like, well, no, I can't. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we don't take tests here. Like, we literally don't take tests. We don't take quizzes, like, ever. The only grades that we have is homework grades, and all my homework grades are literally 100, but there's only like those like every grade once in a while. So it's like I literally have no way of raising my grade, which I will say will be the death of me, because like what? Like, I don't know, I've always been in a school where there's like a couple tests a day, like a couple tests like a week. So it's like going into this school where there's like nothing. It's like, I think you guys are forgetting something. Like, where's my test? Where's my quizzes? They're not here? Like, what? So it's definitely something to adjust to, and let's just say I'm not adjusting to that because I'm low-key, like, I'm PMO'd. That's what I am. I'm PMO'd, and I'm not going to say the words because I know there's kids on the channel, but I'm PMO'd, okay? I really am, and I know that's, like, kind of cringe actually saying that, like, spelling it out, but because, like, what the heck? Tell me why and who thought it was a great idea to take tests that little of time. Because then actually what ends up happening is we learn all these different chapters, which by the way, we don't have like actual books. So we just like write everything down, which my hands are on like on the end of it. They really are. Anyways, so tell me who had the bright idea to sit there and go, yeah, you know what? We're not going to take tests or quizzes that often. So if you fail 1 test, okay, keep in mind, okay, let's say you fail 2 tests. I'm just going to put that out there. You fail 2 tests. 2, that's it, okay? And then you sit there and you try to raise them up. Oh, you can't raise them up for another 3 weeks. Girl, what? But then in those 3 weeks, it's my birthday. And I don't want to be having to raise them up on my birthday. But yeah, it's like actually kind of terrible because it's like, tell me who thought of that, because I would love to talk to them. Just talk to them, that's it. Nothing more. I just want to ask them what was going on in their head when they decided that, because like, terrible idea. So basically, me and my mom would be going up to Disney from the 30th, when my birthday's on the 31st, all the way up to, girl, I don't even know, like the 3rd. I don't know, but that would be 5 days. And I was like, Ma, I want to go up for a whole week, which, listen, I'm not trying to be spoiled by any means, but like, I low-key just want to go up there for a week and just spend my time up there a week. So what if I miss a couple of days of school? These are memories, man. Like, and plus I deserve it. Like, I'm raising these grades left and right. Like, anyways, so she told me that if I raise my grades like all the way up, like really good, we could go for an entire week. And I was like, you know what, bet these grades will be raised. Not like if I wasn't trying already, but like, now your girl be really trying. But now I'm like low-key stressed because like, what? You gotta be kidding me. Because now, like, obviously I had a reason to stress before, but now it's like great. So now my whole birthday could literally just be screwed up because my grades won't get raised but it's also because like we don't take any tests, so it's kind of not even my fault at this point. It's like my fault because like I obviously didn't pass the test, but at the same time it's kind of their fault because like where's the test? Give me it right now, please. I'll pass. I will. Okay, also right here is so sore, and I wonder if it's swollen. I low-key can't even tell. I have to ask my mom. But here's the problem. My teeth are growing in again, my wisdom teeth and my whatever the heck else is back there, I forget, is growing in. Okay, and this is about like the 10th time, but it's because like it peeks through halfway and then it literally stops peeking through, and then like a month later it'll peek through again and it'll stop. I went to a dentist a while ago, like probably like 2 months ago, and they basically told me that if I don't get them removed in a month, they will all be crooked, sideways, slanted, upside down for all I care. Basically, just like they won't look right. They won't be straight anymore. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to believe that. So I decided not to believe that. I told my mom, I said, you know what? No, like I don't believe it. Well, I know I said like 2 months, but actually looking back, they literally texted us and told us we need to go for a 6-month appointment. So I lied, sorry. 6 months ago, and they said basically in a month it would not be good. A month later, and they're still, or 6 months later, and they're still good. Yeah, they're still good, but they're growing. This side's growing in. This side's like almost completely grown in, but the other side, though, on the other hand, is still growing, and it's growing, and it hurts so bad, where like my whole jaw right here hurts, but like my other side doesn't, and like the pain's going down. Like it was absolutely terrible yesterday. Like I almost didn't even want to eat because of how much pain I was in. But now we're all good. It's like slowly going away. All right, I don't want to go heavy on my makeup because I learned that it gets so cakey so easily. But I also just want to be able to look really good, and like whenever the camera goes on me, I want it to look so nice and so good. But with this whole pimple on my forehead, it doesn't look right. No, it doesn't. So I don't know how I'm gonna cover that up because like of course it's the picture week. Like the girl who never gets pimples gets a pimple on picture week. Alright, so here's what it looks like. It don't look that great because of my lips right now, but I'm gonna blend it in even more, and we're just gonna see how this goes. I honestly kind of just want to go natural, which makes me want to wipe this all off and see if I can just fix it. Yeah, I'm wiping it off because everything's all the wrong color and I don't want to look fake. Alright, so anyways, let's talk about the doctor's appointment. Let's talk about the whole reason why I needed to make a video. So, Monday I went to the doctor's. Yay! Everybody's so excited for that. So, I went to the doctor's hoping that it would be thyroid. Okay, actually, low-key, I didn't. Like, I did, but I didn't. I didn't want it to be a thyroid because, low-key, I wanted nothing to be wrong with me. Like, obviously. But I knew something would be wrong. I didn't know what it would be, but I just knew in my gut, I knew deep down, that there was something wrong. And, well, there was. So, basically, we go in, and the doctor starts talking about the blood work that he took, which was, like, 30-something vials, like... Well, we got the blood work back, and kind of find out my thyroid's fine, which low-key I did not want. Okay, listen, I obviously did not want anything to be wrong with me. I didn't want anything wrong to be with my thyroid, because then I would have been on here being like, there's something wrong with my thyroid. Oh, come on now. And I would have been mad about that. So really, there was no win-win here, but there was, in my opinion, which was nothing. Nothing be wrong. Well, my thyroid came back fine, and it actually, he said it looks great, which, yay me, so glad. He said my liver is high. He said my liver is high. So basically, like, what, I don't know, whatever the point that they looked at on my liver, which I don't even know what it was, through the blood work, basically, the blood work said that my liver, it looks a little high and does not look quite right. So about in the beginning of this year, I got told that I might be having liver failure. What? Like, no. Who wants to hear they have liver failure at the age of 13? Like, not me. But I was like, okay, liver failure. Okay, I'm gonna die. I don't know, that's the first thing I thought of. If you've had liver failure, got a liver transplant, or whatever the heck you do for that, let me know how it was. Because, like, the first thing I think of is death. Sorry, but it's true. That's, like, what I think of. Me personally, obviously, that doesn't happen for everybody. But once again, me personally, that's just what my mind goes to, is I'm gonna die. But he said that my liver looks fine right now. But basically, we just need to keep an eye on it. But we've been keeping an eye on it for a year, and it hasn't changed. So, if anything, it's gotten better. But it's just still high. So, I mean, I don't know about you, doc, but that seems fine with me. Like, nothing wrong, nothing wrong. Also, I'm very red right now because I just wiped off all my makeup. Gosh, it better not go like this tomorrow to do my makeup, or else, like, I'm so done. But anyways, though, so I was like, okay, it's not my thyroid, which I honestly, I had a feeling it wasn't my thyroid, but I was also kind of hoping it was my thyroid. And you're probably like, oh, well, that's just such a great wish. Well, you know what? It was, because I was hoping it'd be my thyroid, because then it'd be an excuse for my rapid weight gain. So you're probably like, okay, either there's two different type of people on this thing. There's some people who are like, girly, you didn't, like, gain no weight, it looks like you lost it. Or they're like, oh, well, girly, you gained so much weight, I don't know how it could. So depending on who you are, which, by the way, if you're the one that judges, just go, the door's right there. But, I was really hoping it was low-key kind of my thyroid, because then I would explain something and it would give me peace of mind knowing that even though I'm trying, it's not my fault. So basically the doctor was like, it's not your thyroid, and I was like, okay, great, so what is it then? Like, please. So basically, if you guys don't know, and I'm gonna go over this real quick, I do pickleball twice a week, usually Saturday and Sunday. I'm out there from 8 to like 11. Do the math, okay? I'm not doing it for you. Simple math, but still. Anywho, so yeah. And then I also do the gym every once in a while. Me and my mom have been trying to get back in the gym, schedule everything. It's just crazy, okay? So when we do get in, and that's honestly fine, because as long as we're getting in, that's all that matters. Anyway, though, and then we also did Pilates classes, everything like that, when I didn't have school. So we're trying to figure out a time that would work out for us, and the time of getting home and everything like that, and still be able to go before the last class. And that would be Pilates. We did ab workouts, full body plus abs. We did a whole thing, okay? And then on top of that, we also do walks every night. We take my dog on a walk, like everything we've been doing. And like, I look like I'm losing weight, because I am, okay? I'm going down in sizes. Like lately, I have been able to fit into like a large, and in some like closed sections places, I can fit into a medium. So like, and I went down from like an extra large, and even sometimes even buying a 1X, because I wanted it to be like even looser. So now I can be able to get an extra large, and I wanted, like, this is an extra large right now, and this is like overly loose. I could go down to a large if I really wanted to, but I do want some looseness sometimes. Like, point is I'm like fitting into clothes, so it's like, okay, I'm losing weight, but then I go to the doctors and they're telling me I'm gaining weight. Like, what? But I don't understand. Like, maybe y'all's scale's broken or something, because my scale at home, and like a bunch of different scales that we've had, because we have like a bunch of different scales throughout the house, from passed down to generation, and then we also have like like 2 that are like newer. Anywho, basically those things are telling me I lost like 15, almost 20 pounds. But then I go in the doctor's, and theirs is telling me I gained like 10 pounds. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even eat today. And then I gained weight. So my mom was like, is this like water weight or something? Because like, she be drinking a lot of water. And I'm like, you know what? That's true. 40 ounces of water. I go to school. I try to go to school every day, you know, obviously doctor's appointments or anything like that. but I'm drinking like 80 ounces a day because I usually refill it throughout the day. So like, is this water weight now that we're retaining? Because I do actually retain water. My hands, my toes, everything are very chubby, but I retain water. And basically I was like, is this like water weight? Like, please. And I'm just like, yeah, water weight, right, doc? Right, doctor? And he's like, I don't think so. That's not common. I'm like, you know what, doctor? I'm not common. So maybe, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not common. Also, I think tomorrow I want to do more bronzer, more contour, because I do want to be able to be contoured up. But I'm questioning if I want to do that right now, because I really don't want to, you know, I know we're going to do it. Anyways, though. So I'm basically just like, doctor, listen, I ain't normal, okay? I am very rare. I'm a rare beauty, if you might. Thank you so much, rare beauty. Point is I'm just like, okay, great. So doc, how did my blood work come back? And he's like, it came back all really good. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank God. Like, it ain't my thyroid. I'm all nice and healthy. And he's like, but I'm like, excuse me. Excuse me. You said it came back all nice and good. Why do we have a but? Like, I'm sorry. When someone tells me everything came back good, after that sentence, there should be no but, because if there's a but, that means it didn't come back all nice and good. So, like, reword yourself, doc. Anyways, though, so he's like, but. I'm like, but. Y'all should have saw my face. I was literally so shocked because I was like, but. I was like, you just went from saying how good everything looked. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Oh my gosh. With who? Like, I was about to stay here and start dancing. But then you added in that but. I don't like but. I don't like it. No. Not in my dictionary. Anyways, though, he literally sits here and goes, but. And I'm like, oh. And he's like, you're insulin. I'm like, insulin? I'm like, dude, I don't take, like, I know, like, I think there's, like, that's the pokey stuff, I think, yeah. The pokey stuff, you poke yourself, insulin. I think you, like, add insulin to your body. Listen, if you're on insulin, please explain, because I have absolutely no clue. So if I'm getting this wrong, I am so sorry. I really never got taught in that. So, yeah. Anyway, so he's like, you're insulin. I'm like, dog, I think you got the wrong patient. I'm not gonna lie. He's brought up, he'd be like, oh, well, this, over that. About, like, other patients. I'm like, sorry, doc, you got the wrong patient. He's like, oh, sorry. So I was like, okay. And I looked at him, I was like, you got the wrong patient. And he's like, yeah, no, I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, you did. He's like, yeah, your insulin. I'm like, my insulin? I don't use, like, the insulin pumps, the pokey, stabby thingies. Wrong person. Like, I don't want to believe it. Obviously, I didn't say wrong person, but, like, this is what's going to my head. Like, wrong person, you're wrong, how dare you? Like, no. Back it up, because I've never even heard insulin in anything about me. From day one to day now, there's never been insulin mentioned in the same sentence as me. So now I'm like sitting here, what is that? What is that? Oh, I don't know what it is. My veins like popped out a little bit. You guys see that? Like that white line? What is that? Is that like a scar? Oh girl, that's a scar. That's like a cool scar. Wait, hold on, wait. How do I show you guys that scar? That scar, I really like it. Look at it. Ooh, she a cool scar. Okay, anyways, and so I've never heard insulin said about me. And so I'm like, insulin, like, wow, okay, big words. Like, and he's like, yeah. He's like, your insulin didn't come back too good. I'm like, okay, first of all, where is that? Okay, listen, I know, that was probably a good dumb blonde moment, to be honest, but, like, low-key, I was like, where even is that? Where's insulin involved? Where did it come from? Like, we obviously learned about insulin kind of in school, not really. We, like, had, like, a 2-second thing about it, but, like, I was never really brought up around the insulin, and nobody in my family has any insulin issues that you know of. So it's like, insulin, I've never heard of that. Like, I've heard of it, but not in the sense of, like, I know what it is, and oh duh, insulin. Like, anyways, though, so now I'm like sitting here, and now I'm stressed because I'm like, great, you just told me I got something else wrong with me that I didn't even know I had. I came in here to come find about my legs, and figure out what's going on with my legs and how I can be able to stop pain from my legs, and then I get told insulin. Oh my gosh, y'all, I was on like a whole rage too, because I was like, hold up. I actually said this to him. I said, doctor, I said, I am so glad that you're finding out what's wrong with me, but you ain't finding out about the right thing. I said, I came here for my legs because I'm in so much pain. It's excruciating. You obviously would not know. But I come in here and you keep on giving me more problems about myself. Can we worry about those later? He's like, yeah, I understand, but no. Doctor, no. So you want me to be in pain. I understand you. Thank you. Thank you. No. And I told him, I look at my mom, I'm like, Mom, as I'm literally bawling my eyes, I'm like, Mom, I'm like, he keeps on finding stuff that's like wrong with me. And at least I said, all I want is my legs to be better, but there's more things wrong with me. Like, now at this point, I feel like I'm going in and I'm just being told, like, you're basically broken, you know, might as well recycle you. Like, I feel like Toy Story, and the one where like the animatronic thingy gets like a new like animatronic talking voice box thing. Can I have a new one? Because like, I don't like mine, because every time I go to doctors I get one more thing that's wrong with me. Who wants to trade? Nobody? Okay. You know, honestly, I wouldn't want it either, because I promise you, you do not want this. Anyways, though, that's my little rant. So I'm like, obviously very stressed, very annoyed, very mad, very everything in between, because now you're telling me I got a whole nother thing wrong with me that I didn't even know I had. So he's like, yeah, your insulin's very high. And I'm like, oh, doctor, oh gosh, of course it is. Okay, he's like, well, if you don't get it down, then you're gonna have like the pokey little snappy thing. I'm like, oh, no, I'll get it down. I promise, doctor, I will get it down, please. I'm begging, let me get it down, because I promise I do not want that. I do not do needles. He's like, oh, well, it's a small needle. Oh, I don't care if it is a microscopic needle. It's a needle that I don't want being poked into my body, doctor. I don't care how small it is. It's a needle. I do not do needles, and I will guarantee you I will freak out for a good year every single time I get that needle, and it's like an every other day thing. I don't know. Anyways, though, no. So he's like, okay, well, you need to lose weight. I'm like, yes, doctor, I'm trying. I'm literally trying my best. That's why I came to you, because you said that my weight gain might have an effect on my legs, and then the legs will end up fixing that. Everything will just fix each other, and guess what? You ain't fixing nothing. So I asked him about my legs, and he's like, well, you know, I think you losing weight will help. I'm like, doctor, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying. I wish you knew how it felt to want to lose weight, to try to lose weight, and then you ain't losing it. I eat less than my ma does, and my ma's like not even 150 pounds, and she's skinny as can be. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with my legs, because, or my weight, my legs, my anything at this point, and now my insulin. I don't understand. I don't. I'm very sorry, doc, but I just don't get it. Have you ever sat there and like looked at your doctor though, because they start talking about some like random crap, or say stuff in medical term, and you sit there and go, can you say it in human form? Because like, tell me why. Okay, listen, I get it, you're a doctor, good for you, but tell me why you would walk in the room and start telling me about my condition, and then tell me in like an alien way. Why aren't you sitting here and telling me in English? Like, okay, so you basically twisted your leg. Okay, so well, you basically are, yeah. Didn't you understand that? No, I didn't. That low-key aggravates the crap out of me, because I'm just like, I think we're speaking English here. I don't know, but I need a translator. Let me pull out Google, because like, whatever you're trying to tell me is not going through my brain. Anyways, though, so basically now for my legs, we are saying that it's a neurocopy, something about that sort. Neuroscopy, I don't know. It's something to do with neuro, basically. And it's basically when my nerves are so small, because obviously nerves are small, duh. But my nerves are so small that they just aren't opening when they should be opening. So that's great. So basically they just don't want to open. Like, you want me to hit them? You want me to like wake them up? Because I'll wake my nerves up. Tell me though, because these things need to be opening and closing. No? Okay. Y'all don't want to wake up? That's great. But point is just wake up, do something. I don't care what this doctor has to do. Well, actually kind of do, because like if it's like really painful, you know what, forget it. I don't do good pain, like at least knock me out first. But like, wake him up, because y'all shouldn't be sleeping. Like, y'all got all night to sleep, y'all can wake up during the day, and y'all cannot give me pain while I'm awake. But then again, though, the pain will start hurting while I'm asleep, and it will wake me up. So it's really a lose-lose situation here. Point is so basically something to do with that. And he's like, how we would be able to figure out more is if we do this. So basically, after description of my mom, which my mom denied of doing it to me because she said that it would probably traumatize me and I would just basically never like trust anybody ever again, is I've actually watched it. I didn't know I've ever watched someone have it done. Basically, my grandma had it done and I was there with her. It's not a delightful experience. I didn't even feel it, but let's just say you don't want to watch somebody do it because it will literally be like forever stuck into your brain. Basically, it's when this doctor comes in with like this, like, I don't even know what you would call it, machine with a bunch of different needles. And yes, these needles are very thin, very small, very dainty. And he basically pokes you throughout your entire body, every little piece of your body, your legs, your arm, your neck. The neck was terrible for everybody. Your back, your legs, your knees, every little piece of you. And basically just pokes you, and I believe ups the level, like, oh, do you feel this? And you're like, no. So then they'll just like keep on upping the level until you feel it. Yeah. My grandma got like poked like 150 times, and my mom literally got poked once, and she literally had to go to the emergency room because of how much pain it caused her. So like, I'm good. Because my mom literally sat there and said I'd be screaming terribly and like it would not work out for anybody in the end because I'd probably end up kicking somebody, she said. So yeah, so we said no to that, which thank God my mom said no to that because she experienced it, my grandma experienced, and it's just not a great experience. So he said that it wasn't 100% necessary, like we would work around it, figure out what we need to do, but yeah. Now leading on to the next doctors that I need to do. Basically, in a short term of base, he said that even if I do lose a lot of weight, which by the way, dude, I'm trying, but even if I did lose a lot of weight, there is no 100% answer or even like 50% answer that there will ever be a cure. As of right now, in 2025, for this unknown thing that's wrong with me, which that's mostly why there isn't a cure, but we're assuming the whole weight, which I did mention I had this when I was like 6 or 7. Yes, I don't know, I was 7. So yeah, I've had it since I was 7, and I said I was a great weight when I was 7. Like, I was a normal average 7-year-old's weight, honestly, probably less. So I don't know what to tell you, doc, but I don't think it's my weight. And obviously, I get it. Y'all are doctors, so like, you guys obviously have the whole medical thingamabobber behind you. I would like to mention, and I want everybody on my channel, on the internet, whoever watches me, to understand and really deeply understand that if you personally, you mentally, physically, anything, believe that there is something wrong, and not like where you sit there and start like lying that there's something wrong, because I know somebody who did that. But like, if you literally sit there and you know, and the doctors are telling you, going, oh, well, no, you're crazy, or, oh, well, that doesn't exist, but you know it's not that, believe your gut, because I will literally guarantee you most of the time you will be right. You know more about yourself than any other person does. Whether it's a doctor, whether they have a doctorate degree, you know more about yourself. And that's what I actually said to the doctor, because he literally was in there, and I mentioned how whenever I stretch in the morning, my legs, if I stretch too much, it feels like a ball, like the size of this, pops into a different place of my leg, and it feels like there's something bulging out of my leg, and it's a horse pain. He's like, it's a Charlie horse. I'm like, no, it isn't. No, it absolutely isn't. And I literally ranted about this to him for like a little bit. I was like, no, like, you don't understand. I get it. If you medically, however the heck you want to look at it, yeah, I can see how you would think that. But when I know about my body, that is not it. It's not, and I know it deep down inside. And he finally just like kind of let me go with it. But I was just like, no, like, you're not gonna tell me that I don't know what's going on with my own body. Because yeah, low-key, I don't know what it is. Like, it's like I'm walking and be like, I got a yada and the toma and the ria hana woo woo, whatever. And be like, yeah. And this is like the medicine I need for it. And I'll hate, like, no, I obviously don't know what it is, what the name for it is, or how it even happens, or if nobody else experiences it. Come to find out, I'm not the only one who experiences it, because I was looking it up, and the amount of people who I've read comments from a bunch of different people on different social media platforms that have felt that pain, and everybody says that they don't know what it is, but it's not on trial and error. I am with you on that, because it is not. It's a pain that is 10 times worse, where literally I'm screaming because of how much pain. I'm literally praying. No joke. I literally sat there, happened to me like 2 days ago. I was sitting there praying, and I was like, please God, please let it go. Please, like, please, 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 like, I beg you, please, please, please. And I'm literally sitting here, and I started talking to my own leg. But suddenly, like, don't do it, please don't do it. Please, I promise, like, just stop, please, please, please. It don't work, by the way. Like, I'm just saying, like, I do that because I know how much the pain is, and it literally scares me. Because the pain's so bad, and it feels like it's never gonna go away. And the longest I've had it for like 10 minutes, worst and longest 10 minutes of my life. But yeah, he basically said that he does not know. I'm glad you don't know, because I don't know either. Last time I tried, I could have told myself that, which I know doctors don't know everything, but I don't know, I'm kind of going to you so you can be able to tell me everything. So, and then last but not least is I mentioned my head from pickleball. I told him that if I do have my hair like longer than I need to, it does start to hurt, which is true, it does. I haven't had it in that long, so it's not hurting right now. And then I also can't put anything around my head because it literally feels like my head's gonna like bust open. Yeah, and he basically told me, which, aren't you guys ready for this? I have a concussion. Yeah. Okay, I need to erase that off my lips because it like went on like way too long. But yeah, I have a concussion. Yay! Y'all pray for me. Like, literally, no joke. Please pray. And y'all want to know why? Because I've already had a concussion once. Which I will actually do like a whole different story time if my phone lets me to after I film this video. If my phone lets me to record again, because I will do a story time on that and I don't remember most of it. But I most likely do have another concussion, which honestly low-key is kind of cool. Like, I'm like, yeah, I got 2 concussions, yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because, like, what? Yeah, basically the pickleball hit me so hard, it's a concussion, and I originally thought that, like, whenever you have a concussion, like, you forget stuff, which is typically what you would think. Come to find out, the new studies prove that it could be an internal concussion. I didn't know there was an outer concussion. Apparently, I got an internal concussion, which means you wouldn't be able to tell I have a concussion. I wouldn't be able to tell I have a concussion. Apparently, I got one, though. And yeah, so now I have a doctor's appointment on the 9th next week to be able to take scans of my head and scan and, like, study my brain, basically, and tell me how bad my concussion is, the healing process, and everything. I'm like, great. Like, yeah. That's crazy. But the doctors I'm going to see, yay! I'm going to tell you all my doctors. I got a heart doctor I got to go to. I never mentioned this before, but 4 years ago I went to a heart doctor because they wanted me to, I don't know, go get my heart checked, just to get it checked. And basically they found a murmur in my heart. And then also they found that the little, like, flab apparently that, like, opens and closes whenever blood flows through is supposed to open and then shut completely. Open. Like, it's supposed to go open, shut, open, shut. My plan goes open, no, that's not shut. It don't shut completely and, like, firmly enough, so blood's still getting through even when it's not supposed to. Isn't that so cool? Yeah, so basically I have a heart doctor appointment that I'm going to be going to see if it's gotten worse or if it's just gotten better. They told me to come back in 4 years. This is the 4th year. So that's that. I have an endocrinologist to check my stomach and make sure my stomach's okay. And then that'll basically tell me about my liver, weight, pancreas, about the insulin. There we go. I have a dietitian, I think that's what y'all are called, to basically give me a dietary plan so it'll help me lose weight. Which honestly makes me feel terrible because it's like I'm trying my best and then being told like I'm not trying my best. It's like, girl, you don't know. Like, you don't know the struggles. I have a concussion doctor, and then I believe I have somebody else too. I can't think of them. Basically, I have like 6 or 7 different doctors I need to go to in the span of like a month or 2. Depends on how long the doctors take to give me an appointment. But yeah, that's my update. It's not great. It's not any better. Actually, if anything, it's worse because now I got more problems with me. But yeah, here's my final makeup. I'm a little iffy about it. Oh, that's here. Get out of here. I'm a little iffy. The lips definitely need to chill out before tomorrow, please. But the pimple actually looks pretty like hidden up. Like my hair will be down, so I hope. Actually, you know, I'm gonna try to take out my hair and hope that it's like curly enough. Ooh. So I just want to show like what I would do. Oh my gosh. Ew. This don't look good. Keep in mind, y'all know how curly my hair can get, so I'm hoping I can be able to do it more like up front in different like ways. I hope that they let me, because y'all know how it's going to be like the same over and over again. Yeah, so I'm hoping what I can be able to do is for like my, if they do like, I know there's like one like this, and I want to get that diva serving face. So I know they do like this or something like that, so I'm gonna be like, wait, that look, screenshot that please, and like make an edit out of me. And then obviously like with the curliness, it will be nice and curly up here. So the ones that are like, it's like this or something like that, I'm like, and then okay, I don't have anything. If my hair is actually nice and curly, I kind of just want to like flip it around a little bit, give some work to it. I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure out my hair, how I want to have it. I want it to be like nice and fluffed up. I want one behind the ears like tucked, and then that one I think will be like, actually I kind of want that to be like in front, so that can be a little covered up, but yeah, I think honestly they will turn out so great. Even with having a pimple, I think it might literally, and I know they have like your head turned to the side sometimes, and they do like the like, that will work in handy. Like, yeah, I think that the pictures are turn out fantastic. So I'm like low-key excited because I want to be able to see how they turn out. Because last year, or not last year, I technically didn't, I was homeschooled. The last photos that I had did not turn out too great, and they absolutely looked terrible because I had my hair slicked back and I looked bald. This year though is a major glow up. I'm so excited for that. Anyways, you guys, that being said, that is it. Yeah, that's my update, and yes, I'm wiping this off because it is time for bed, and it's time for me to go to sleep because I gotta wake up really, really early in the morning. That's it, guys. Bye.